What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Good evening. Diving back into some more Dark Souls Remastered. This rando started out very good. We were able to get like at least 2 of the Lord Souls before we got to Sen's Fortress. We had 3 before too long after that. We're still in search of the Lordvessel. I've been all the way to Anorlando. We've been, I think we did where the Four Kings fight normally is. We've gone out basically as far as we can. We can't go into archives. We've gone deep into... we can't go down where Bed of Chaos is, or even Fire Sage Demon for that matter. We've gone deep into Catacombs, and I'm starting to think that we missed stuff. So we're going to continue back at Reverse Blighttown, which is where we left off, if I recall correctly. But I think we're going to have to take a trip back to the Catacombs and start looking around, because I'm not really sure where to go. Need to find this Lordvessel so we can make some progress and also just travel a lot easier, because if I'm being completely honest, I would much rather have Lordvessel before we find the final Lord Soul. So that's where we're at. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm still here, which means that the baby is not here. So that's what's going on in this neck of the woods. Busey, what's going on? What's going on, Martina? Arc Raiders? What about Arc Raiders? This is Dark Souls. I've never played Arc Raiders. I have no real interest in it. I'm not I don't play much of any shooter games these days, let alone the extraction shooter with all the extra stress and stuff. But I know it's very, very popular. Like, wildly popular. We should have everything, like, down here. What we need is, as we get up towards the top of Blighttown. Done Dark Souls 3, Riley? We, are you saying, have I done a randomizer of it, or just played Dark Souls 3 in general? I have not done a randomizer. I maybe did a randomizer many, many years ago. I honestly don't remember at this point. But yes, we've played... Dark Souls 3 was a big part of my early days streaming. We no-hit the any percent, have done a bunch of... Oh, I did not even see that enemy. Done a bunch of challenge runs and such. Spent, I want to say, around 1,000 hours playing Dark Souls 3. Yo, what up, Eat? Welcome back for 45 streams in a row, dude. How are we today? I always pop in here thinking that there's something there. Roller coaster out of golf tonight. 3 water balls, 3 double bogeys. Bogey, 3 eagles, somehow finished 7 under. Jeez. Yeah, when you start throwing... If you throw 1 double up, it hurts. You throw up another one, it starts to get a bit confusing for sure. But that's the sport we know and love, right? High highs, low lows, and for whatever reason those highs just keep you coming back. Oh, there's... Oh, we're Gravelorded? Oh, we're Gravelorded? Please don't kill me. We are on Twitch, Riley, yes. Ow. Ow. Not okay. Started it, killed a woman on chair, and got killed by a dancer. Oh, dancer of the Boreal Valley. Wait, so did you kill the woman immediately, or are you, like, further into the game? Out of curiosity. Because if you killed her right away, Good luck, have fun. If you killed her later in the game, then you're where you're supposed to be. Ow! Freaking stop! Do you prefer going by Facebook, YouTube, or do you prefer going by Riley? Either works for me. Thank you for the follow, by the way.
Master, that we have been charged by God with a sacred quest.
Don't mind? Alright. You're on the wall, Grace. On the wall, Grace. Okay. Taking my brain back here. Well, High Wall of Lothric is after you kill Vort, right? Otherwise, you're like coming down off of the rooftop stuff. I'm just trying to piece myself to like where you're at in the game. Because if you killed her early, she's not optional, but she's definitely not required that early in the game. Two after Firelink. Yeah, so like if all you've done is killed Gundyr and then killed her, come back later. Unless you really want to challenge yourself. Because Dancer is a required boss, but that's like very, very early. I tried to roll, but I'm out of... Oh, damn it. Pieces of crap. You... Ow. YOLO? Honestly, worth it. Just learned how to jump. So did you, judging by the fact that you said Graces, I'm going to assume that you played Elden Ring first and are now going back to DS3?
Randomizer, but every time it's random, it gets more random.
That sounds like a beautiful thing, Map. Beautiful and terrible, all in the same go. Yeah, old school Dark Souls. So this is in the remaster. You're able to remap the control. So I have it on left stick. But would you believe that in the original Dark Souls, you actually would have to sprint and then hit B again? You'd have to hit the same the same button for roll in order to jump. Good times. Alright, we need to get across here because there's a bunch of items. Beat the game 5 times, DLC 2 times. It's more than I have. I've beaten the main game 2 times and the DLC once. But I also just don't play Souls games quite as much as I used to. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it. It'll be easier to go down if we have to than if we die again and have into Reverse Blight Town over and over and over again. I'd rather do it this way. Yeah, sprint and then left stick in to jump currently. Yeah, it's not too bad, and honestly there aren't that many places where you like need to jump. I don't know if I should have just like jumped down here and tried to kind of plunge. We good? Everybody dead? You good? Yeah? Yeah, there aren't too many places to jump. I will say this, coming from Elden Ring, there's probably a bit of a mindset of like jumping to dodge attacks. Just throw that out of your head. Rolling, strafing, those are gonna be your mechanisms for combat. I wouldn't worry too much about like, oh, this attack is dodged by jumping and I like need to do this awkward thing. You don't. That's very much so an Elden Ring thing. First chest you found was a mimic. Just hit him first. I forget if there's a tell. I know sometimes... I forget if there's something with the chain that lets you know, but just hit it first. That's gonna be the easiest way to do it. The crazy part is Elden Ring, they like largely did away with it. That being said, they did do that trap chest that teleports you to... oh, I do not like this Sam I am. They did that trap chest that teleports you to the one tunnel that has those annoying, like, centipede guys with all of the needles that they shoot at you. So, Elden Ring obviously took a lot of things that they had done in previous Souls games, including DS3, but they also changed some stuff up. Status effects said poison, bleed, and scarlet rot. Rot is just an Elden Ring thing. Also, Matt, I apologize. I didn't go through my normal shtick. Welcome back for 45 months, dude. I know I just kind of like answered about, or like responded about the randomness. Hope you continue to enjoy your faces, man. Oh, you can get them all in one epic weapon at Elden Ring. Yeah, start stacking a bunch of things up. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of being able to like... I think in Souls games you can pretty well just put one status effect on a weapon. I forget if there's any mechanic that allows you to have multiple or not. I do love Dark Souls 3 though. Yeah, maybe a little bit dated in some of the stuff, but I think overall... Ooh, sewer chamber key? That's not really progression, but kind of. Use the claymore? I mean, you can make a ton of weapons work in DS3, for sure. One thing that I thoroughly enjoy is you can just use a ton of different weapons. Yeah, don't get me wrong, there are definitely some weapons that just outright suck, but for the most part you can make things work. Hey, what's going on, Carl? Enjoy your lurk. I just got parried by a skeleton. Feels amazing, man. On the way down there aren't any items, right? I think you just open that door and then come down here. No! What? Completely rejected by the ledge. Okay. What's going on, Not? Welcome back, dude. You sorry fool. Jeez. I just got wrecked by that jump. Absolutely wrecked. Hey! Ha! How am I getting staggered? He gets staggered on the slide down? If only this was Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Dark Souls Pro Skater. You hit like a Praise the Sun in midair. Now I'm trying to think like off the top of my head what's like just a good weapon in DS3. I'm so skewed because the Twin Blades, I forget their full name, but Twin Blades were like such a big thing for challenge runs. But you don't get those until later. I don't know, I feel like straight swords can be solid, like very balanced, they're quick. I feel like the one thing that's like kind of the trade-off for me in all of these games is when you do play with a heavy weapon, you know, like a great sword or a great axe or anything like that, they hit like a truck. But honestly, the issue is that you're so slow. You know, I'd rather have something with a little bit of speed. So that way, like, if I accidentally swing at something, I might have a chance to bail out. Just realized the time being British sucks. Well, we're gonna have, you know, we'll have like a little bit of that daylight savings time where we'll hit daylight savings time before you guys do. You know, and it'll be 1 hour less of difference. Although, that being said, I'm coming up on paternity leave here at some unknown time in the future. So we'll see about that. Yeah, I would say early on try something that's got some speed to it. You know, and I always just try and go with like a balanced build of some sort. You know, quality build, strength, dex, endurance, and health. And then everything from there kind of takes care of itself. Still be 22 past midnight. Yeah, I didn't say it would get good. It would just be marginally better. Yeah, we're East Coast US, so unfortunately being on the dad gaming hours, stream time is not necessarily great for anyone over in Europe land. I just think the trade-off with the heavy hitting weapons is, you know, if you're struggling to stay alive, anytime that you like miss a swing, you basically get punished. Okay, so we found a key to a sewer chamber, and that's about it. We're gonna have to head back down. It looks like we are heading back. Demon Great Machete just dropped from Tiny Dude. But yeah, it looks like we have to head back down, and I think we have to go back to the catacombs. Looks like there is one item down there. Ow. Trying to look. I'm trying to look! Gosh darn it. Mr. Mushroom, I was looking over yonder. I saw an item that I need to get. That wasn't very kind. Trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get over to it, though. There's something that connects. So what? Oh, he's almost dead in one hit. Man, if I had a demon titanite scaling weapon, that little guy trying to start trouble. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take care of the mushroom and his family. Great. There's a vagrant up there that's trying to snipe me out. Ah! Freaking stop! Vagrant snipes. Can dodge, can't figure out where to go, or what to do between Dancer, Mimic, and randomly hitting buttons to figure out what does what. Haven't figured out what Titanite does. So Titanite is your upgrade material. Think of it as a smithing stone. So Titanite, I'm stuck! Freaking stuck. Titanite smithing stone, twinkling Titanite is your somber smithing stone. That's effectively... I think there's one other type of Titanite, like there are some other Titanite, but they're your weapon upgrades. Weapon upgrades can be done at Firelink, at Andre, who's the blacksmith in the back. So Mimic is like optional exploring territory. If you are looking for like spoiler of where to go, I can tell you. Oh, I tried to run behind, that did not work. Continued whiffs, come on, give me the backstab, no? Fog wall at Firelink for some reason. Yeah, I don't think I ever got what the like official answer for that is. The fog wall at Firelink will actually just dissipate if you wait around long enough. Fun fact. Is it a loading buffer? That's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure. Okay, I think you have to go back behind, and then there's like a way to fall down on that, like that, but not to your death. But yeah, just let me know if you want like the this is exactly where you should go next if you're stuck in high wall. Because I don't want to just like drop spoilers unassumingly. The key for 20,000 souls at Firelink is to unlock a door to an elevator out back. There's an item up top. This is not great. Okay, up. He's down. We go up. Okay. That was less than useful. But, in that, like, high wall area where you found Dancer, if you go back out the door and down the staircase the other direction, that's gonna take you in the, like, quote-unquote intended path. Yeah. Yeah, so Vort with the mace, he's the direction you want to be heading. You want to defeat him and then let the game take you from there. Am I supposed to go back down from here? I guess I am. So yeah, that's your intended route. I don't have stamina! Ow. The kicks get really annoying. So yeah, I would just go take care of Ort, leave Dancer until, like, the game lets you know that you need to fight her. Don't fight the Purge guy for 2 days to figure out his moveset like level 1 Elden Ring. I mean, you can, don't get me wrong, you can go and fight Dancer. I'm just saying, as far as intended route, Dancer is not up next. You're obviously more than welcome to fight Dancer, it's very possible. You know, I've fought Dancer first numerous times. I mean, we've done Soul Level 1 New Game Plus 7 on DS3. Okay. So I need to get a... I think the item was maybe somewhere around here. Maybe has like a drop down behind. I think I'm seeing that. There it is. So that's where we need to get to. It's on the other side of this. Is there a drop down here? How do I get in? Is this a get in or just on the other side? It seems like an on the other side. Okay. We need to go down. Need to go down and then we need to get across. Oh, that's so close. Does that mean it's not up the reverse Blight Town side? It means it's up the, like, quote-unquote normal route. Ah, that's too far. JK. We're good. Don't hit me in the back. That's all I ask. Magic or Faith busted, or is close combat better? I mean, I've always preferred close combat. I don't know, it's one of those things, like, you can make some good magic builds and such. The hard part that you're always going to run into is enemies are really, really good. And I think it's the same thing in Elden Ring. Enemies are really, really good at, like, input reading and dodging certain attacks. I don't know if anybody knows offhand some, like, mega powerful DS3 magic stuff. I definitely used magic, but I do not have, like, a large off the top of my head knowledge of it. Poison Swamp, never seen that before? I can't even say that it originated here. Demon Souls had it first. Demon Souls had it, then Dark Souls 1 had it, then Dark Souls 2, then Dark Souls 3, then Miyazaki just loves a Poison Swamp. Sorry if I just spoiled the other Souls games for you. Poison Swamp is the gift that keeps on giving. Ow. Yeah, Patches is ever returning as well. That is correct. Okay. Is that how you're normally supposed to get over here, or is there a different way to have done this? Because I think this is where that item is that we were searching for. We actually have to go back to where Patches... We actually have to go back to where Patches is in this game after this. Why can I not find my way to this item? See it. So have I just been skipping this segment? Because I definitely didn't get this. Because there's a chest here too. Oh, rubbish! Lovely. Some guy who likes the sun? Yes. Yes, this game does originate the praise the sun. He's pretty early in the game too. He's actually who gives you the white soapstone, which is to enable online co-op. Jolly cooperation. Siegmeyer. No, not Siegmeyer. What's his name? Siegmeyer is Onion Bro. Dark Souls 3 is the one with Nameless King. It's the wood that goes across that I've been missing. Solaire, that's it. Thank you, Not. Okay, so I've been completely skipping this. But that's Reverse Blighttown, and we've still been rewarded nothing. I gotta go all the way back to... I gotta go all the way back and do... I think we missed an item in Catacombs. Because we've done so much of the game and I still have no Lordvessel. I also have no key to the depths. I have no access to Painted World. We're like... missing some serious key items. I don't have the item to get into the DLC. What's going on, Vanny? Slacker! Slacker, man, I had 3 or 4 Lord Souls like mega early in the game. Should do randomized DS3? I do plan to do randomized DS3 at some point. Absolutely. I think randomized DS3 would be a ton of fun. I'm hoping that randomized DS3 has come a long way, because I think I did one randomizer run of DS3 like way back when randomizer came out. And the randomizer for DS3 kind of was lame, because it was handled fully through cheat engine, and so it didn't have like any good key randomization logic to like avoid soft locks and stuff. It was just the item pool was, the way it was distributed was kind of funky. I wasn't a fan of it. I was really not a fan of the original DS3 randomizer, so I'm hoping that as years have gone by, somebody's made a nicer one than that. Souls Trilogy randomizer through Archipelago? Wait, what is through Archipelago? Enlighten me, Not. Been out of the game too long, man. Alright, back into the freaking catacombs we go. Back into the freaking catacombs we go. Yeah, this is the OG Firelink Shrine. No, so you can get 20 flasks in DS1. The flasks do not get as many healing upgrades. So as the series has gone on, they've given more in terms of healing per flask. But back in this one, I believe you could get up to 10, and then there's an item called Rite of Kindling, which gave you the ability to upgrade bonfires to 20. But the other trade-off was that your number of heals is actually per bonfire. So instead of just having 20 all the time, you actually would have 20 at that bonfire that you upgraded, but at the next bonfire, like here, I'll go and sit at this one. It's gonna keep me at 19 because this one's not upgraded enough. So most of them start at 5, a couple start at 10, and then you can upgrade them. Oh, good, we're Grave Lorded. I love this for me. Do you think if I run through, they'll just start eating themselves? I think that the flasks are fine in like DS3 and Elden Ring. DS2, the flasks are really slow and not great. But you have life gems. So. But life gems are also consumable, so it's like really not like the greatest combo of things. Ow, 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 ow. I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of this place again. Can you guys leave me alone? Thanks. What? Okay, hang a quick right. I don't remember where I'm going. I think I'm going across the bridge. Spiky bits out. Gosh darn it, Patches. Why you gotta be like this, man? Go to bed. Hey, take it easy, Riley. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you later. And I guess I apologize. Well, not really. On the one hand, I apologize for being American because of time zones, but I don't really. Is it worth going past Moonlight Butterfly for this again? I'm not sure. Do I trust myself to make this? We're gonna try it. Is there a consistent strat for that? Rebel's multi-game randomizer. People typically co-op it, so one person plays DS3, someone else is playing Pokemon, for example. Pickups can be an item that gets into the other player. DS3 is officially supported, but the Discord has DS1 and 2. Cool. I've seen multi-game randomizer. So is Archipelago, is that where the Ocarina and Majora's Mask rando is through? Or is the multi-game one like oftentimes used as games of different series? Because I think that sounds like a really cool thing. I just don't have friends to like do co-op stuff. So, yeah. R.I.P. You know, content with other people. Missed the red. Not sure if it's through that. It very well could be through its own thing. I don't think it's through Two Ship Two Harkinian though. Which is, I wish that it was, because We did ship of Arcinian. I think it's hilarious that the Majora's Mask mod is through to ship to Harkinian. Like, that's a fantastic name. Okay, we got a backstep. But I don't think that the two of those play together and have like a multi-thing. I don't know, I think randos are super fun. I think they're good content because it like gives you replayability of the game, but it's done completely differently than you're used to. I don't know, I feel like multi-game randos should be really good content. I'm curious. I'm curious if people get tired of randos or tired of the multi-game randos and stuff. Like, obviously I want to try and keep things fresh. You know, I don't want it to be that it's just like, oh, another rando. Oh, another, you know, like, that's obviously not what we want. Don't think I really care if I get those souls back. Right now, we are just trying to get down. I think we need to try and... That actually counted? I think we need to try and hit up the bonfire real quick. Just in case. What up, Luis? Black Knight weapons also in the random pool or preset from the enemy placement? No, they're randomized too. They're randomized too. I believe the locations that you would normally get drops from stay the same. So, like, I think the enemy that takes the place of the Black Knight would have the chance to drop. I'm not 100% certain on that. But yeah, I have purchased a Black Knight halberd from a shop before where we've had Black Knight sword as a pickup. I had to reset the DS3 rando because you had to reinstall Windows 10 from scratch. Ended up getting one of the Ring City Angels at the high wall spot. Nice. I mean, not the having to reinstall Windows 10, but... I saw, so I filled out, I don't know if anybody else did. I filled out the Steam, and by filled out, I mean I let Steam profile my machine. You know, so they could see what my system settings and stuff were. I'm definitely behind on like GPU and stuff. I saw that Windows 10 had an increase. I think Windows 10 was like a 10% increase in users, which is pretty wild, considering Windows 10 is technically in its like end of life state. Okay. So let's go check the pit here. Because I definitely missed something. Yep. There it is. There it is. How do I get to it? Nice. There's a path over here. Tell you what, this is not a place I ever go. But now I won't forget it. Key to the depths. And a homeward bone? Is that trying to tell me something? there anything else down here before we call it good? Because I can tell you one thing, I left this place through the secret wall. And I shouldn't have. Double Vagrant? And a... So we did all of Reverse Blighttown, only for us to have missed a key item here. I could have been searching the depths by now. So that's the way out. Is there anything else that I missed? See, I was feeling pretty good. I was like, oh, we went down here, we found, you know, we went back, got out. Nope, there was an extra item. So feeling pretty crappy about that, but it's progress. All right, now we get to go to the depths. Got the whole world in front of us. No, it's literally, that was it. It was that one item that we missed. I hate everything. Yeah, key to the depths. Deep down. In its own semi-lore accurate way. Didn't want to connect to the internet, restart, and then it wouldn't let you log into your PC with PIN or password, which includes being able to reset or restore or install updates. So what did you do in terms of, like, not losing data? I don't think that this is a great idea on my part, running past everything. We'll see how it goes. Do not like this, Sam, I am. Somebody fell. All right. Need to get back. Okay, gotta dig into my memory bank. There was a place for us to take a ladder. Okay. That did not go well in the slightest. Wait, is he too big for the door? Get wrecked, mate. Get wrecked. USB install and overwrote the old installation, so the old data in windows.old or whatever folder. Oh, okay. Main drives those are Steam games, the OS, so you wouldn't have lost much. Okay, you just would have had to, like, reinstall games. Getting staggered by that thing, that's annoying. Reverse engineering the applications you had. Yeah, definitely the fun of, like, ow, he's not, I'm dead. This place is so annoying. Beefcakes here. My goodness. Yeah, I remember, the funny thing is, when I migrated to a new motherboard, because I got a new CPU and GPU and everything a couple years ago. Oh, ow. You guys suck. You know that? You aware? When I made the migration, I remember doing... You know what, let's just heal before we go into this. Because there's another one. That's the pinwheel up top. when I migrated, I copied everything in my C drive to like a backup folder on my D drive. And then I would like, as I was like, oh, I need this application, I would just go into that folder. I would just go into that folder and reinstall. Just like drag stuff back over to my C drive. Although it is kind of annoying because you have to go through like you have to go through program data and then like your two other folders and your app data stuff and like make sure that you copy everything that you need. So it is a little bit cumbersome in that regard. But I still have a bunch of programs from there that I years later have not needed again, so you know, it is one way to kind of declutter. You realize like, oh, I don't actually use this anymore. Nope, this is the wrong way. I'm just trying to leave. I'm just trying to leave. Let me go home. Yeah, you got the idea. I got stuck. You not like this, Sam? I am. Start looking into Linux by summer. I technically need to upgrade to Windows 11. I'm familiar enough with Linux. My concern is like if I have any... This might be bad. My concern is if I have any like Windows only games and I don't know if there are any issues with streaming off of Linux or any limitations that I would need to be mindful of. I don't think I could make the switch because my bot, I don't think has like a Linux version. At least it would surprise me if it did. And the bot has 9.5 years of stream information on it. I mean, I could obviously export the file, but if there's no equivalent to run on Linux, then all of the hours and everything are just gone. DirectX and Visual C stuff. And like when you open games and stuff, it'll be like trying to install it if it's missing, so definitely not the end of the world. Okay, so we've got the key to the depths now. So we're gonna have to make our way back into Undeadburg and hold on, can I even... To get to the depths, you need Lower Undeadburg key. I got so excited I got like a step ahead of myself, didn't I? From Lower Berg. Where? We're gonna have to look up. When we get back, we're gonna have to look up how to get to Lower Undeadburg. Because I don't think a skip is required. I don't think a skip is required. There has to be a way for me to get to the depths. I don't think I missed a key. I must have though, and it's tripping me up. So we'll figure that out. But yeah, give me 3 minutes. We're gonna clear the pre-rolls out on Twitch. Thank you guys for being here. I greatly appreciate it. If you're enjoying, you're watching on YouTube, you can drop a like, maybe even a sub if you want to come back in the future. Yeah, give me just a few minutes, and we'll keep rolling with this randomizer. BRB.
It's raining!
Ads. Okay. We're digging into the hints. we're digging into the hints. I think it's, let's see here. It is under the game itself. Dark Souls Remastered. Random seed. Give me the hint sheet, not the cheat sheet. Hint sheet. Lower Undead Berg. Cannot find lower. What do you mean you can't find lower? Isn't that a key? Because what's the... Let's see here. So... Lower Undead Berg key gets you from Undead Berg in... Oh, is there... You would just go in from the bottom of the tower, right? No. How does that work? How does that work? You have the key that you can get into, like, where Havel is. That takes you all the way up, but that's to... That doesn't have any connection. Does it? No. No, there's the tower from here. Let's just go and check things. Because there's the end of the hallway here. But that opens from the other side. You play DS1 on autopilot, never pay attention to all the keys. Yeah, no, there's so many keys. That's why I think the randomizer is so great, because there are all the different combinations of directions you can go. So there's the... I mean, let's see what keys we have again. We have Master Key, which is the basic locks. The Undead Asylum keys. Basement Key opens the door leading to Lower Undead Berg. Okay, I think I know where we're going. I think I know where we're going. We don't need the hint sheet. We don't need the hint sheet. Basement Key, I have to go back across. I have to go back across through Undead Berg, across the bridge, and down. I don't know if there's a faster way to get there. There might be, actually. I don't know if this is like, does it, yeah. Half dozen of one, I don't know what this, the half dozen saying, words. I have an idea, though. I have an idea. We'll take the shortcut back to Undead Parish, and then we can book it through Undead Parish in reverse to get to the bridge. Oh man. It's crazy how much interconnectedness there is and like the world design. Like, it is very easy to get confused, but it is also made in such a way that even without the Lordvessel, you can get from place to place in like a reasonable amount of time. Forgot that we had the basement key, but we need the key to the depths was necessary regardless. Just hopefully we don't run into too many problems here, because we are definitely gonna be getting a lot of people chasing us. I didn't realize there were two of these guys. No, we have not done Capra Demon spot yet. Correctamundo. See if I can sit here. Okay, so basement key means we can in fact book it across the bridge. Take you out because you're gonna be annoying. No snipes. Okay. Progress. Progress. Haven't had that in a minute. Well, actually, I guess technically getting the... I guess getting the key to the depths is technically progress, but we could have done this without that. But we can't do depths without this, so. Anywho. So that connects us here, but we don't have this key, right? No, this isn't a key, this is just a shortcut. Or maybe that, actually, you know what? No, that is a key, because it's a key from the other side. I believe is how that works. Right, you need lower undead bird key if you don't have that. Now, I don't want toxic as he runs back towards the toxic. Okay, these guys aren't strong, but they'll gang up on you, and I'm gonna die. I took that too passively. I took that too passively. I forgot like how many guys they throw at you back there. Good on me though for taking that bonfire. Technically, we can do this now. Again, just to the interconnectedness of things. Right around the corner, and we have a slightly closer bonfire. Literally just requires like fractionally less running. Fractionally less ladders. Okay, maybe, just maybe, let's try and like kill our way through this a little bit better. So this guy spits out toxic. Is there even, was this? It's not worth the souls. Not dead, somehow. I'm gonna get sniped. Crazy. Crazy. Ah! Body's flying, there's the toxic anyway. Fire dog, he's actually like in the right spot. Oh, but he's buffed. Can we not? Why does Tiny Dog have to be so difficult? Okay. We got some souls. I guess it's enough to level up. Yeah, we do have the key for down here. I guess he's not gone. So he goes back then. Important task at hand.
Oh, hello.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go and rest because I don't really feel like dealing with this toxic. Oh my gosh. Let me through the door. Why the door opens towards the stairs, I will never understand that design. Okay. Hey, Jackwagon, I'm trying to level. So he goes back to Firelink. He'll just be a merchant. We have Big Hat Logan. I'm too unintelligent to talk to him. But they're not gonna sell us anything key. Yeah, they might have items, but there's not gonna be any key items with them, so I'm not terribly concerned there. Let's just get our way through. Get our way through here. We'll see what Capra has. Can you please just hit him? Not like they have a lot of health. There's an enemy in there, but we have to wait for the trigger. Oh wow, would you look at that? A vagrant behind the door. What a surprise. Really wish we could turn the vagrants off. I don't need them to be like every third enemy the way that they are. That's like my one complaint with the enemy randomizer. We could fap ring. We could, but we have elite health, so I don't know. It's the only drawback. I have elite health as it stands, so I don't think that's something that we're gonna commit to. Let's say, is there anybody else? We got a couple. Lots of chunks dropping. Ah, Kestis? Let's go get the Firelink shortcut and the item down here first. It's just a bug. We'll do Capra. I assume Capra's not actually going to be meaningful, but we'll do it just to see what he is. I don't know, I wasn't even trying to like process what that sound was. Oh, we also get a merchant here. Strong magic shield. And for 1,000,000 souls, you can get paladin gauntlets. Lovely. Come on down. Yeah, I'm actually gonna take the time. This is probably not a good use of time. I'm gonna take the time to go back to Firelink. Because we're gonna head into the depths, so I may as well stock up. We also have another merchant to talk to, but may as well stock up on heals. Soul Sink to counteract the economy. Okay, so they also have an intelligence check, it would appear. Unfortunately, it seems that the people of this land think I'm dumb and they won't sell me things. Which is ironic because you think they would sell things to me at a bad bargain instead. My son was at his aunt's house over the weekend, and he watched Zootopia, I think for the first time. Apparently he fixated on a comment where they said, "You stupid bunny." So that was great. Really exciting to have your nearly 3-year-old think that that's funny and start to fixate on it. Having to explain that, like, sometimes in things that you watch, they say not so nice things. And just because someone says it does something in TV or movie does not make you Capra Smoke! Oh, hello. Love getting greeted with the charge attack at the fog gate. Hey, come here. Can we give you a plunge? Yeah, I don't think you fit back here, boy. You jerk. I was gonna say, that's gonna hit me. He's gonna charge. It's like unavoidable in this arena. Probably if I played like mega cautious. Well, at least he's not that tanky. I forget sometimes that the hammer has a hitbox as he's charging, because a lot of the times you just kind of stand off to the side of it and then roll it, but if you walk right into it, it does hurt. I will never forget having Gwyn in that arena. Because I think it was on the old version too. I forget if the OST like went with, but for some reason I feel like I remember the and him just jumping at you as you go through the fog gate. Maybe I'm misremembering the music, but like him leaping at you as soon as you enter the fog was definitely a thing. Ding. Yeah, I ain't dealing with that. What? You're still alive? Ow. Do you reform? Of course you do. Of course you do. I thought the skeletons perma-died in this. Ow! Ow, you stupid skeleton dog thing. And there's the regular skeleton again. Oh my. Y'all suck. Alright, one at a time. Step right up. Of course, the guy that steps right up doesn't actually permanently die. And here's the Katong. Okay. You go back. Ow. Ow. Now you fall. Ow! Oh, you whiffed. You're gonna regret that. I'm gonna regret that. Ay caramba, the depth's already sucking. Mostly because the skeleton is acting like he's at home in the catacombs and I haven't killed the guy with the light. I don't remember what they're called. Alright. Gotta keep moving though. Because Bones McGee over here. Coming back soon. Wait, is it because this guy exists in proximity? Like, if I kill him now, will Skelly Boy go away? I guess we get a chance to test it. I don't like what I'm hearing down there, by the way. That sounds like ceaseless. No shot. So if those two things are in proximity, the skeletons will behave like they're in... like they're in the catacombs with them. That's pretty crazy. Ow! Ow! I'm not dead! HP check. 1 HP. 1 out of elite HP. There's an... oh, I thought it was another vagrant. I rolled it early, doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. This is way too stressful. Don't need any more of that. Saw it. You said something about the Great Swamp. I've already gone there, so sorry. That's where you're heading. I will not be seeing you again. Okay. Further down into the depths we delve. Yeah, don't really have to worry about the things that jump from the ceiling. Although I do. But they're just normally... not gonna be these guys. Talking for other randomizers, not sure if it's the same for this one. Yeah, I don't think this one had those sorts of options. But I'm also thinking back, like, the Prepare to Die edition version of this randomizer could have been slightly different. These guys wreck, like, no matter where they're at. I was watching a randomizer run, like one of the permadeath randos, and Elias got wrecked, like absolutely murdered by one on like a deep run in catacombs. Whoa! Okay, sewer chamber key, we're taking it. We're taking it. We're this deep in. We still have Lordvessel. At some point, they gotta give it to us, right? I mean, I don't have anywhere else to go. Yeah, it's the giant rat that gets replaced. Indeed. So who is it? Oh, that's the Drake. That is the Drake that has been replaced. These were all rats. You forget how much the depths sucks in a rando because there are so many enemies, but normally it's a bunch of small enemies, so it's usually quite bearable. But if you get the wrong combination of enemies, this place is rough. just the rock. That's not the rest of the enemy. What up, Boulder Boy? Okay. There's the Lordvessel, baby! Let's go! Okay. We're still missing other items. Don't get me wrong, we still have to explore the rest of the depths. I need one more Lord Soul. But unless we get the Lord Soul while we're in here, I need to get a, if not, I need a key item to other big places like Painted World or the DLC. Wow, that's something to pop out of. Yeah, that's some stuff to pop out of boxes. Alright. Ow, ow, ow! What is... I'm just getting staggered to death. I mean, at least nearly staggered to death. That was mighty close. Green Blossom. Oh, that's right. That's right. I can teleport, but yes. I wasn't even thinking. Ow! What is that just how they normally... They normally just shoot out of a vase? I don't think I've ever, like, paid attention to that. I need this guy to come through the doorway. I have to accept my fate. Is there something we can use here? Maybe like some throwables? I have 6 fire bombs. I don't want to get toxic. But yeah, Golden Fogate. So now we can do archives. Archives and lower catacombs. Lower catacombs isn't going to have much for us, I don't think. Like, are there... I guess that's a good question. Are there any items in lower catacombs? Like going to where Nito is. I don't foresee this being a fun time. Ask of the Child. I don't even know if I should bother trying to kill this guy. I mean, it definitely makes exploring the up top better. Somehow we're okay. Man, alright. Somehow we make it through that. Let's go get the shortcut. I don't think it dropped anything for us. Get the shortcut. The Crystal Lizard on the way to Nito. I think there must be like an item or two below Nito's entrance. Like, I think that's all that there is. I think there's like an item or two down below where all the pinwheels normally are. I think I would sooner check Archives, because I feel like Archives has a lot more to it. You know, I think there's just a lot more we can go to. But we have a lot of the depths left to go. There's the boss fight. Domhnall's gone. I don't even think we do we have Blade Town key? No, we don't. Fighting this Drake and you fighting Wyvern in DS3 showing you how much the Elden Ring Wyvern's hitbox area was increased by. Yeah, the flames take up a lot more space for sure. But I also think that's just probably a bit of a testament to the expanded mobility you have as a player, and especially in Elden Ring, like with having the horses and everything. I would imagine that that's a big piece of why they make things just that much more difficult. There aren't any invisible, like, none of these walls are fake, right? Straight up, I don't think I went through this part of the catacombs last rando. I don't think I did. I think I did, like, the main part of it and then didn't go here. Because there are quite a few items over this way. And you've got that drop down and stuff and staircases and everything. Ow. Black flame. I'm certainly making some mental notes. It's kind of crazy for a run that had like such a strong start. I'm learning more about places I need to check and where to go. Because there's clearly stuff that I've forgotten about how to traverse this place. Let's see here. There's some... Back up the stairs, and then you hug this, take this. This is such a mean part of this area, is like having these blind jumps like that. Like you turn the corner, there's a hole. So rude. Some of the archways are illusions? Are you sure? See, I was thinking that, but I don't... I think some of them just have... I think there's just like the one like that where it's like there's actually a pathway around the corner of one of them. I don't think any of them are actually illusory walls. Again, I could easily be wrong. I just don't remember that being the case, but now that you've said it, I feel obligated to roll into all of them. So thanks. Thanks for giving me an activity, Luis. Appreciate it, bud. Just right through, yeah. Like when you've played the game a bunch, beaten the game a bunch, and it's just like, okay, like I know where I need to go to beat the game, so you just like stop doing anything else. You know, you always play through it the same way. Okay, if we're gonna go into a boss fight in Gaping's room, let's go sit at our bonfire real quick. Back down. To be fair, that's probably how I was with DS3. Like, I would do stuff, I would collect things, and then, you know, every time from there on out that I would play the game, I would just run through the exact same way. I mean, every once in a while you would just, for the fun of it, like, switch up like a boss order or something, but... for the most part, nothing to be done. I still need another dragon scale for the final upgrade of this weapon. Base tank that, sure. Well, it'd be interesting doing a Dark Souls 3 randomizer because that's definitely the game that I know my way around the best. Come on. The dude dove into a body block. It's the game I know the best, but having to recall like all of the item locations and everything from memory, like I feel like I should at least get into the swing of things with the boss fights fairly easily, but it's gonna be the like everything else. Am I missing an item? There it is. Humanity. Alright. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna be gaping? The gaping Calamite? No shot that gaping randoed into gaping, right? Because it would just render properly. It is gaping Calamite. I wanted the Calamite tail cut. I don't know that we're gonna get that. So many of these fire attacks, maybe we can get the tail cut. Oh, come on. That head attack reaches around. Mid-fight pickup, Uchigatana. I don't know if that can be a key item or not. No tail cut. No tail cut, unfortunately. Pursuers. Okay, so we've got some stuff. Did I do everything in the depths though? We did not do the upper part of that room. That's the only thing that we're missing, I think. So I think that means we have to go... Where did you just, like, come from the sky? Where did you come from? Like the dude popped out of the wall. So I think we need to go back down basically out to the beginning and then drop down behind where the butcher normally is to get to the upper spot above the dragon. I think that's the only item. Causes the audio to not play for certain moves. Minimal in Elden Ring, but DS3 and DS1 has it in low. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. But you're right, like it does clip out quite a bit. And I'm sure stuff is implemented in like a very generic way, and that's definitely not going to help the situation. Because it does work in some situations, so it's not like it's just this blanket. Because I can understand if it was just like boss music does not load because it like registers something as the wrong arena. But the fact that like in some places it works and in other places it doesn't, it's like, okay, but why? Alright, final item of the depths is a large soul. Well, at least we can go back. At least now we can Lordvessel, so we should be able to go and do... Okay, I'll leave it up to you guys. Do we want to go archives first, or do we want to go down and do, like, Fire Sage arena and go that way towards where Bed of Chaos normally is? So we're just one soul away from this thing. We should have Orange Chart Key if I recall. Yeah, so we can do that area. We could also go archives. I mean, both are gonna have a fair amount of items. So I don't think there's necessarily a wrong choice. I don't think there's necessarily a wrong choice. I'm just so happy we have the option to warp now. So yeah, we could go Daughter of Chaos, or we could go back to Anorlando and head into Archives. Because what are our options? We've done Four Kings Boss Arena, right? That one's already taken care of. New Londo Ruins. Bottom of Catacombs is the other way. Bottom of Catacombs, I feel like we wait for Tomb of the Giants because there's not much left down there. Like, we did so much of it, and I think there's only, like, maybe an item or two, like, literally right before that boss fight. So it feels like the least likely area to provide us with anything. Alright, we'll think it over. Let me know. Let me know if you're lurking about. Somebody tell me where to go. I'll let you guys choose. Give me like 2 minutes. We'll clear the pre-rolls and then we'll get back to business. Appreciate you guys being here. Again, if you're enjoying and you're watching on YouTube, you can drop a like, sub, all that good stuff. And I will see you in just a few.
It's raining!
Ads. I think Archives has the bigger item pool left at this point. That's kind of what I was thinking. There's a little bit, but I feel like it's more spread out when you go down. When you go down to like Fire Sage towards Bed of Chaos and everything, you have a couple bosses in a row. There is the item pool that's like beneath. You have the item pool that's like beneath Bed of Chaos area. But I feel like it's a lot of work for that. I feel like there are a lot more items here. Because the thing is, we're going for any percent. So like as soon as we find final Lord Soul, we're done. As soon as we find final Lord Soul, we can head back to Firelink. Head in and fight Gwyn. So we're in the home stretch, theoretically. That being said, it would help if you actually place the Lordvessel, because that's important. Gosh darn it. Yeah, going down there, you have... It's a little bit of a maze. Trudge around. We do have the ring, so it's not too bad, but yeah. Okay, so there's 3 of the Lord Souls. Now let's warp back to Anorlondo. I probably, for my own sake, probably should have sat at Firelink there for the 20 heals, but it's kind of a moot point. Doesn't save us that much in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, Lost Izalith just also never really sounds like too much fun. Archives just feels like it has more items, more easily accessible. I'm just hoping that we don't start finding... Okay, I get it. I'm killing the cat before we start running up. Just put me in full stagger mode there. Just put me in full stagger mode. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna sit at Firelink real quick. Take a little pit stop, get some more heals. Because apparently we're gonna need them. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just hoping that we don't get hit with like, oh, you need, like, here's the key to Painted World, and yeah, that sort of thing, where I start getting DLC key and all sorts of other things. Like, give me the last Lord Soul. Because it would be so mean. Be so mean for the game to give me like such a nice seed early and then late in the game make it just incredibly difficult to find the last item, because we've already kind of gotten that, right? Like, we had 3 Lord Souls, the Lordvessel was tucked deep in the depths, the key to the depths was tucked deep in catacombs. Yeah, key item chains, which is what we're currently at, right? Now Lordvessel has opened it up And I think we should technically probably explore all of the Lordvessel. Like, I think highest percentage chances you explore all of the Lordvessel places first. Before we go and start going through more keys. But that means we have to go through here. We have to go through Lost Izalith. See where else it takes us. We might have to go down to catacombs. I'm really wondering, is it just one item down there or is it two? I'm uncertain. Okay, so the enemy right there normally drops the DLC key, but they don't drop anything in this. Now, excuse me, sir. Could you not? Thanks. Alright, the Duke's Archives. You know, I'm just kind of piecing it together now. Dark Souls 2 has, was it the Duke's Dear Freya? Right, big spider. Is the Duke that has the archives at all related to that? I mean, I know it's entirely different, like, places. You're talking Lordvessel and whatever, Majula, and those sorts of things. Is there any tie together between DS1 and 2? That's everything down here. I think this is one of those, you just have to kill everything so that you can explore. So there you go, Luis. There's your Black Knight sword. If I can get another dragon scale, I can just upgrade what I currently have. We did Black Knight sword, to be fair, in the last run, so... Hey! Speaking of dragon scales. Dragon scales, dragon scales. Come on, let's get some dragon scales. Well, that's less than ideal. Let me just pick this up real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Just killing it for a good minute. Look at that. He dropped Stone Greatsword, Twin Humanities. Never been better. I kind of feel like going back to Andre just to upgrade this bad boy. Unfortunately, the warping system is not the best, and I'd have to run all the way back from the Anorlando bonfire again, so... He's gonna kill me in this hallway. The primal bonfires are... Bonfire souls are implied to be connected to the Lord souls from DS1. Yeah, I'm the furthest thing from a lore nut. Like, absolute furthest thing. I play these games because I like the way they play. I like the combat, I like the exploration. I know so little when it comes to lore. I do not play these games because they have a good story. Story, quite frankly, means nothing to me. Titanite Demon the Scaleless. Well, I guess kind of accurate. Although, doesn't he drop Titanite scales? So I'm not sure how accurate it actually is. Ow! Oh, that... I thought I was gonna get hit with the back end. Ow! I thought I was gonna get caught with the thing. That has the longer range when he switches grip. The whiffs. No! Okay. Okay. We're good. We're good. Now, I do need to remember to go back there at some point. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you can't warp out of here. Lovely. Dark magic, man, it hurts. It hurts. I don't know why I would kill those things and then do this, but I guess at this point... it is what it is. Yeah, let's... kindle this sucker up. Yeah. Get some heals. Got the humanities, so why not? I'm not using a weapon that scales with it. Whatever, we'll go max 20, I don't care. So I have... let's see here. So I have, I think one key. Yeah, so we have the key to the giant cell at the bottom. So we'll work our way from the bottom back up. Duke Seldora, a minor human NPC, found at the Lord's private chamber after defeating the boss, the Duke's dear Freya. Not connected. Yeah, no, it doesn't sound like it. Although, do we have lore on the Duke in this game? I would assume it's not the Duke Seldora, but it is an interesting choice to have, like, another Duke. You know. Ow! Just seats for this game. Oh, I guess that's true. I guess. Because was it Seath was turned into a dragon? Is that the lore? I don't know, man. It's one loreless individual asking another. It's like we're the wrong people to be asking each other questions about what and who. Okay, let's try this again. Turn on the dragons, gave Gwyn his people the power to take out dragon. Oh, right, yeah, the whole intro bit. Yeah, the whole intro bit of the game is basically like talking about how the lightning with the dragons and often forget about that stuff. Not looking forward to that Stone Guardian. Gonna be awfully tanky. I don't trust that this guy is going to be does that wear off at all, or do you just... How does that mechanic work again? Because I have definitely been killed by that recently. I'm gonna say last rando we did. Maybe just let him be? Certainly a thought. Yeah. Certainly something we could do. Because the two in the back corner don't aggro, right? I think I just got paranoid that if I opened the door he would aggro. But I guess it's like, you should just deal with that when the time comes. Okay, let's let the party come to us. That at least allows us to take care of a bit of this stuff. More dragon scales. Not that we need any more, but you know, we've seen so few through the course of the game, I don't mind it. I didn't even realize that those guys heal. Gen 1 Unknown Ghosts Pokemon Sprite. Anybody playing the Switch, was it Fire Red and Leaf Green are on there? I guess it's basically the same emulations that have been around for a really long time. I don't know, I haven't played, we did speedrun Pokemon Gold back like, but the crazy part is it's like 6.5 years ago at this point. Something like that. It's been a minute. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But I haven't, like, casually played a Pokemon game in over a decade. I don't know if I will again. To be honest, I'm not really certain that I will. Don't have a Switch? Feel like Game Boy games wouldn't look that good on them, though. I mean, you're gonna get the same 4:3 ratio stuff. I mean, it's gonna look the same as it does on, like, any screen. I mean, I think it's more or less, honestly, just, like, the aesthetic is the aesthetic. It's all pixel art. Like, it's not like the newer Pokemon Switch games that they've got going that have like 3D graphics and stuff. It's just emulated versions of... Oh, I forgot that that's how those are tied together. Just emulated versions of old Game Boy Advance games. I heard there's talks that someone's like dug up stuff and there's gonna be like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald coming as well. I don't know, I have the Switch. I don't ever really play it. Few and far between do I play it. My wife plays it a little bit more, but it doesn't get touched that much these days. I have read some stuff about like the Switch 2 hardware being good, but I just can't justify it. I think I would just rather, if I was going to have any sort of handheld system, I would rather the Steam Deck, but the Steam Decks are sold out. And even at that, I don't know how much use I would end up getting out of the Steam Deck or not. You want to do a Heart Gold or Soul Silver randomizer or mod sometime? I know that, what are they called? Nuzlocks are quite popular, but again, I feel like with Nuzlocks and stuff, you need to have so much knowledge. I think that's kind of the one thing that would turn me off from trying to do something like that. It's like, I like the idea of some of those things, because I feel like content-wise, any sort of challenges to, like, popular games are a good time, but certain things you just really have to have a deep wealth of knowledge to, like, know just all the ins and outs and intricacies of a game. That's why I feel like, at least with Dark Souls, like, I have put in my time years and years ago, so it's just kind of digging back in the memory bank to be able to remember some of this stuff. But I mean, what other mods and stuff are there for Pokemon games? I feel like Nuzlocke is like the main thing that I know. I guess there's randomizers. Oh, I guess the key is here. I guess the key to get out is this guy. Didn't realize that we didn't have it. We'll just take the 20 heals because we're not gonna face any of these enemies back down through here again. Although somebody's trying to snipe me. He's got a bow and arrow down there. Yeah, we'll do a Dark Souls 3 rando at some point. Also have some first playthroughs that I'd like to do once we get back. Really, at this point, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what our cadence is. Because I think we're gonna have golf 2 streams. But as far as our like Monday, Tuesdays go, we're not just gonna indefinitely do Dark Souls randomizers. But we might have some first playthroughs, some Dark Souls randomizers, you know, being other games in the series too, like other Dark Souls content. But first playthroughs as well. I think realistically just have to have some form of a balance there. Change the map story, stuff like that, since it's simplistic, easier for people to mod stuff like that in. Okay, so you're talking like the way that they've done mods for the Souls games as well, where it's like the Daughters of Ash and things like that. Like the core game is the same, but they've changed the story and such. I gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know if there was anything specific that you had in mind of like, oh, I've seen this mod around or heard of this thing, whatever, and haven't played it. Yeah, ROM hacks. It's kind of the same way with like the Mario ROM hacks and stuff, right? Where at least with Mario ROM hacks, that's like you've got the actual like game, but you can make different levels and gosh darn it. It's such a hard one to get. I don't know what the timing is. Yeah, you'll make entirely separate games just using the same mechanics, but your own assets and stuff. Which I guess is probably like just a more advanced ROM hack. I guess that maybe there are some Pokemon ROM hacks and things where you have the same Pokemon and stuff, but you like even rebuild the world. Not just like move things around. Oh, I got hit by that. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much cool stuff out there with games, and then it's like... It's tough because you already have, like, a backlog of, like, well, these are games that I'd like to play, and it's like, well, have you played these games where it's actually just a user-created thing of a game that already exists that you've played a bunch of times before? Would you like to take up more of your time with it? Okay, so like, I have to go the other way now because of having died from that fall. Hold on. Let's go get the bonfire here. And then we can work our way back. I did not see you. I just saw the guy with the fire tongue. No. No, what? Why? Why are the chairs stronger than the table? Who built this? Who's responsible for the construction? Why was it so easy to go through tables? But the chairs were just like incredibly sturdy. What craftsmanship? And then what lack of craftsmanship? I guess was the flip of the coin. Right, there's nothing below this one, right? That's just the other. Okie dokie. Let's start clearing things out. Because are there... No, there's nothing on this end. That's just on the other one. Maybe up top on the other side. I like feel like I need to check that chest again though. Feel very obligated to. Because I can't get to it any other way than up top here. So let's see here. I need... Take this up. I'm a little bit confused how to get back to flipping the other one around. Because I jumped off and now I feel like it's inaccessible. No, because the pathway is there. Okay. Yeah, like I know that that's where we're supposed to go. Actually, let's get the shortcut. Let's get the shortcut, you dingus. Have to remind myself that there is, in fact, a shortcut here. I can like go and collect this stuff and then we don't necessarily have to go right down to where Seath normally is. Don't have to check out Crystal Cave immediately. You know, because we could always fetch ourselves the Lordvessel. Or not a Lordvessel. I have the Lordvessel. It took forever, but we finally had it. Could fetch myself a Lord Soul ahead of time. I'm trying not to like get my hopes up too much because we could be searching for it for a while. But yeah, we could technically get it somewhere around these parts. I almost missed these chests. That could have been really bad. Would have felt dumber than the one item down in Tomb of the Giants, where you had to go back to earlier. Stupid patches in your pit. Okay, so I did flip it. It doesn't rotate the other side though, right? Like pretty certain it doesn't. So the only way back up to that is through that shortcut that we just came. Actually, no, it looks like it did rotate it. Did that guy just like clip through the world last time? Because I have run through this hallway before. I was not hanging out here. We have the shortcut. I need to jump off a little earlier. There, perfect. Replenishment. Ooh. Yay. Wasn't it, but I surely would have regretted it. I would would have read it so much if we did not go and get that. Okay, so it looks like down to Crystal Cave is where we're heading. We got 15 flasks. We'll call it good. That's everything in there. There's one item up top here, I believe, in the gardens or courtyard or whatever you want to call this place. And then there's a couple of random places to go check out once we're actually down in Crystal Cave. I guess we'll just fight Seath while we're down here. EKH. I think that's the only item, though. I feel like this is like a really open area. I want to say there's maybe an NPC at some point, like depending on what quest lines you do. I don't think. Oh no, there is one other item. Alright, well look at me just having skipped over items in previous playthroughs and getting away with it. Okay, so I think there are only 2 items. Fingers crossed that that's accurate. I think this is just an enemy. And before enemy is blocking something. No? Alright. Let's just... We're just gonna lead a bunch of enemies into the cave. What could possibly go wrong? First playthroughs, did I say what games? No, I didn't. I mean, not tonight. We've talked about it, I think, a little bit before. Let's see. So we just played through Ocarina of Time. So Majora's Mask is up there as an option. We've also talked, someone recommended Minish Cap, because I do enjoy the 2D games, and I've only played Link to the Past and what was it? We played Link to the Past. We've played Link's Awakening, the Switch remake. Technically, I have played a little bit of Zelda 1 and Rage Quit, so we could go back to that. What other games? Ghost of Tsushima, Lies of P. I think Lies of P is definitely up there as like a top choice, especially because I already have it. Oh, 60 FPS UI. I feel like there are some other games that we've discussed before and I'm blanking on at the moment. Power Within. I'd have to dig through and take a look at my Steam wishlist and see what I'm missing. Because there are definitely a few games. Expedition 33, I think I'd like to try at some point. I know it's not our usual, but I've heard very, very good things. So I'm thinking that that's something that we should be considering. I need to go backwards here. There's a lot of chunks. That ain't it. That ain't it. Alright, I struggled to do this backwards, so... We'll, see if we get it right this time. Lovely. Dragon scale again, nice. Let me, since we're talking about it, let me take a look and see if there's anything on my Steam wishlist that jumps out. I thought about Night Rain. Night Rain's kind of a toss-up to me, though, just solely for the fact that I don't really have people to play with. I know that you can solo. I know that you can solo it, but it's just not something that I have a ton of. I don't know. I don't know how it plays as a solo experience, I think is kind of where I stand with it at the moment. I feel like there were maybe some other PlayStation games that we had talked about at some point. I know Ghost of Tsushima being the main one. I don't know if there were any other, like, PlayStation exclusives. Yeah, I think it's a decent mix. It's not all like the exact same type of game. Oh, that was what it was. I'd like to play the God of War trilogy and Ragnarok as well, because we played through God of War 2018. I know some people call it God of War 4. We played through the 2018 God of War. I really enjoyed that. We did a first playthrough on Gimme God of War difficulty. Makes me want to go back and play the first. But now I'm in this predicament of they just announced that they're doing a remake. The problem being, however, that might be years away at this point. Bro. I'm like trying to not have them follow me into the fight. Guess we're gonna have to do this again. Fine. Ay. So that's the other series. I technically haven't replayed Hades 2. I played a little bit of it in early access. I have yet to touch it since the game went to full release. I have seen some, I don't know, pretty mixed things about, not Hades 2 as a game, but just Hades 2 as a game to watch, right? Because obviously there's a difference between enjoyability of a game and streamability of a game. So that's just like one thing that I've maybe been a little bit more hesitant to go to. I am a little disappointed because I played Hades 1 well after release and loved it, and I was like, man, I really missed out on this. I mean, I think when that game came out, we were just kind of getting into our Hollow Knight first playthrough and playing Hollow Knight. We were starting to do a little bit with the Hollow Knight speedruns, and then we got into golf. So, you know, the trade-off getting into PGA 2K, I mean, is just kind of where we live in our normal content these days, or at least half of our content these days. So it's not all for naught, but you know, missing Hades in its prime definitely is kind of a sad thing. Late classes and such, yeah, and like I don't want to put like this pressure on chat, because then it's also like, yeah, I don't want it to be a thing of like, oh well, couldn't make it and then streamer didn't have it. Like, don't want to have a reliance. So I don't know. I don't know if Night Rain is something that I want to run solo or not. I know that we can, I just don't know if that's a road that I want to go down. So it's just kind of a game that's been sitting on my wish list, but I haven't been able to commit to it at any point. Okay, so Archives was a bust. Not a single key item. Let's see who's taken Seath's place. Titanite Demon? Oh, it's Gaping Dragon. The Titanite Demon was who took his place up in the upper part. Interesting. where's the hitbox, man? Large Titanite shard, yeah. Honestly, it threw me off. I kind of thought that it was Seath. Because I just saw the big dragon, it was like... I was like, oh, they put it in the same... Okay, you have to wait for it to stop. But so Titanite Demon is who replaced him in the upper room. Which, speaking of the upper room, we do need to go back to that. Because there is an item there I completely forgot about. I also guess I should technically be waiting for the head. Armor at risk. I love that for me. I mean, at least I have the repair box now, right? Got that going for us. Took a while. Put your head down. No! No! Oh my word. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die to the giant dragon. It doesn't want to let me hit the head. Dark Moon Seance Ring. Is that the one that gives me... That's the one that gives me access? No. It was the Dark Moon Blade Covenant? Dark Moon Seance is the edition. Okay, so we can also do... We can also do that boss fight if we want to. Dark Moon Covenant. Gwendolyn, maybe there's a couple of... I mean, that's a quick one, right? We do Gwendolyn fight and then check the boxes at the end. Okay, so let's do this. Let's... level, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna warp back to the archives. We need to go back and check that room because that room was the Rite of Kindling in my last playthrough and I never checked it, so we never got it. I'm not gonna make that same mistake twice. I swear it's gonna be like, large soul of an undead soldier. But I have to give it a look. Okay. Completely normal. Actually, what am I doing? No! The lift that I'm looking for... I just kicked a ghost. Where's... Isn't this where my elevator normally is? Where's my brain gone? Isn't this where the elevator's at? going crazy. No, there it is. It's hiding. It's hiding from me. I'm like, okay, this is where the elevator is. Is it not? Okay. Felt like I was going insane. I'm like, there are two sides to this. This is like, I've already taken one elevator up to get to this elevator. Where is it? Everything blends in. All we need are those ladders from Great Hollow, and we're set. Ladders from Great Hollow and ladders from Blighttown. And that would be perfect. Yeah, part of the difficulty is you just can't see anything. Isn't there something with, like, Big Hat Logan? Demon Great Hammer, Crown of the Great Lord. Okay, and then I want to say it's a... Maybe you can go up here? I guess back to our conversation with Freya and the archives and stuff. Is there any connection? Like, Dark Souls 1 to 3, there's also archives. Is that any relation to this one? Okay, so this was a complete dud. This was a complete dud. Okay, so first thing we should do is go to Undead Parish. We're at least gonna get this weapon upgraded to the maximum. We're at least getting this bad boy upgraded. And then from there, let's kind of open it up. Sure, you can have a Divine Ember. Whatever. Modify, no, reinforce. Obsidian. Yes, please. And then I don't think there's anything to be done. The Abyss Greatsword you can turn into a Zweihander plus 10. Life on Scythe to the Saren. Oh, we could have, if we really wanted to, we could have upgraded our Divine Club once we rolled it back. I didn't realize that that was the case. So it's plus 5 to change it, but you can actually take it further. Got it. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to Lost Island. Yay! Can't wait. Can't freaking wait. Right, it's that or we check the one item. That or we check the one item down the catacombs. Can't be the one item, right? Can't be. That would be absurd. That would be absurd. We'll just go to the place that blinds you. Be a grand old time. It'll be a grand old time. We did leave one item outside of where Fire Sage Arena is here. I'm not, like, crazy worried about it being it. I mean, hey, if you're gonna throw a Lord Soul right there outside the door and I didn't touch it, then that's on me. I'm gonna play the odds here and say there's a lot of items left in the game. The item that's sitting outside of Fire Sage or the item that's sitting, you know, below Nito's place, like, are those the final one thing that I need? Probably not. Probably not, but, you know, it would be my luck. That's for sure. That's for darn sure. Yeah, let's head out. I have to also remember, I think there's, on the shortcut elevator up to where we just were, from like above Fire Sage. I think we need to check up there because I'm pretty sure there's an item. Pretty sure there's an item hanging out. That would be majestic. Don't wish that into existence. No manifesting bad things for me. What are you talking about? What do we think the Fire Sage is gonna be, though? Oh, this is not gonna be fun. That's Mimic. His chests aren't normally there. Oh, you stomp, you stomp, you stomp. Ow! And you kick. Sounds like you're throwing a tantrum, honestly. Okay, that wasn't it. We're good. Yeah, is there a ledge to drop down to? I sure hope so. And there's a ghost. Ow, you still grabbed me. Of course you did. This is a shortcut of some sort, right? And that's death. Not death, I'm alive. JK, LOL. What kind of shortcut is this? Nope. There's not. Surely there's not an item there, right? I do need to get the item across the jump here. It's just, I don't know. Not fall into my death like a numbskull would help. Show me something good. It's fine. Not useful at this point, but whatever. It's just increasing our odds. Every item we pick up is an increase in odds, right? That's how we gotta look at it. Butterfly Fire Sage again! 2 runs, 2 Butterfly Fire Sages. I think I can hit the wings, actually. That is, if they'll let me. Hey, kind of crazy that I mean, it makes sense because it is part of the body, but honestly, kind of crazy that in a game like this, the wings count as part of the hitbox. Read? I whiffed. What could possibly go wrong here? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Black Knight Greatsword, Armor of the Glorious. I will say, we've gotten a lot of the Black Knight weapons here in recent time. I think every Black Knight weapon has been acquired just in the past, like, hour or so. I did not have stamina for that. Butterflies in Crystal Cave, they actually made the hitbox accurate so you can range the... Yeah, I probably didn't want it to be that, like, oh, you can only hit them in that little body. And that's it. Honestly, that worked out better. It's the Lord's Soul. It's here. I don't have to go any further. I don't have to go any further. I'm glad I went up here to check. because definitely didn't do that for a while last time. Split. Yeah, I forgot my speedrun splits. My bad. Forgot my speedrun splits. Okay. So that means that we're gonna take care of business right here, right now. Okay. How about this? I'm gonna leave you with this lovely lady for just a few minutes. And yeah, give me like 2 minutes. We're gonna clear the pre-rolls on Twitch, and then we're gonna go see who's hiding behind the final door here, who's pretending to be Gwyn, and wrap up this rando. Thank you guys so much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying, you can always drop a like on the video. Helps me out very much. And a sub if you enjoy enough that for some reason you want to come back. I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. BRB.
It's raining!
Ads. Keep my promises. 2 minutes. All right. Let's see what we got here. We can go back now to Firelink. Head into the kiln. And get the job done. Kind of impressive key distribution for us. Had we maybe had a little bit better... Not better luck, but if I didn't miss the key down in the catacombs, could have saved a little bit of time. But yeah, crazy. We didn't have to go to Painted World. Didn't have to go to the DLC. Yeah, we had two. I know we had 2 Lord Souls before we even got to Sen's Fortress. I want to say the 3rd Lord Soul was before we got out of Sen's as well. But then we ran around through Anorlando and everything. So what? We could have technically... Catacombs depth... We could have never gone to Anorlando. Right? Had we done the catacomb stuff, now obviously it's hard to know this, but like had we done catacombs without ever going to Anorlando, we would have only had to go as far as Sen's. Because we got We got the key to the depths. We got key to the depths from... Oh, jeez, I'm gonna get sniped out of here. We got key to the depths from deep in catacombs, which that's what gave us the Lordvessel. Lordvessel opens up other pathways. Technically, we got nothing from archives. We could have just gone to catacombs. All we needed was to get past Fire Sage, go up to grab the last one. I mean, that's one that, like, if you did the rando and then just, like, looked at where all of the key items were and tried to map out the, like, fastest route, this was, like, a crazy good seed, I feel like. Now, I guess a better seed would have all 4 Lord Souls and the Lordvessel, technically, like, pre-Lordvessel requirement, so you would just, like, collect them super fast. Make the final boss harder, in that case. It was Taurus Demon all along! The only thing that would be more fitting is if we could have Taurus Demon leap off his normal ledge to end the game. You know, last time we had Sanctuary Guardian, this time we had Taurus Demon. Not so much a thrilling victory, but a victory nonetheless. Wasn't Gwyn on Taurus Demon Bridge too? You're right. You're right. Gwyn and Taurus Demon actually just did a perfect place swap. I think they just got confused. That's incredible. That's incredible, because I think the one before we had Sanctuary Guardian be... We had Sanctuary Guardian be Taurus Demon, or no, Sanctuary Guardian be Gwyn. But who was in Sanctuary Guardian's arena? It wasn't Gwyn. I forget who it was in that run. Yeah, that's hilarious that it's like an actual perfect swap. It was Sif? Oh, it was Sif. You're right. It's just sweet music to my ears. Sweet, sweet music to my ears. Alright, well that is another randomizer in the books. Not gonna lie, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Because I don't think we're gonna start another randomizer. We just did 2 back-to-back. I don't think we're gonna go into a third. Or else I'm gonna burn myself out on randomizers of this game real fast. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow night. What we're playing is undetermined. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging. Especially, it's just always especially nice to have people hang around. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern, unless my kid is born, and then I'll see you guys after I take a little bit of a paternity leave. So we'll take it day by day, hour by hour. I'll keep you guys posted in Discord and all the different places. I'll try and put out like a YouTube post and change like my Twitch title and stuff like that if things change. But yeah, if you enjoyed, you can leave a like and a sub. Find your way back here in the future. It's always very, very helpful to me. Lets YouTube know that you guys are enjoying. But yeah, we'll definitely have golf Wednesday, Thursday. Get our competitive rounds in. If I can't think of anything, then maybe we'll go 3 days of golf this week. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging, and I will catch you next time.